You ever been to one of Diddy parties?
Yeah, I've been in attendance.
Druski has built himself a strong name in comedy on the internet, but what if he's not the funny, free, and easygoing guy you thought he is? I mean, what if he's not even remotely close to what you thought of him? We are talking about him possibly being evil as being able to actually someone. So does this mean that the Druski we see every day on the internet, being a totally unsuspecting funny guy, actually has a dark side that just got exposed? Well, it is a lot going on. Let us get into it. Druski has just recently been mentioned in a Diddy lawsuit, and when you hear the name Diddy, then you already know it is something to do with the rape and stuff like that. So Druski has just been mentioned in one of Diddy's lawsuits, being accused of rape at one of Diddy's parties. Almost immediately after the news got out, Druski issued an official statement denying the claims, but at this point, we all know that no one is going to come public admitting to whatever they're being accused of, especially if it has to do with Diddy. So to me, sorry to say y'all, but his statement actually means nothing. But let us get into what exactly he's being accused of and what he has responded, and probably you'll also tell me what you think. But you also have to keep in mind that he's not the only one who was mentioned in this latest lawsuit, because Odell Beckam Jr. was also mentioned in it. But if I'm being honest, Odell didn't even actually shock me so much as Druski shocked me, because he just doesn't look like it. Anyways, Odell has also responded to the accusations, so let us get into all of it. A report by the Mirror US said that Odell Beckam Jr. and Druski accused of rape in amended P. Diddy lawsuit. In case you're not familiar with the legal terms, amended means that this lawsuit was initially filed but had to be refiled again, and this in most cases happen when there have been made changes to the original filing. Anyways, the report continues saying that in an amended lawsuit, NFL star Odell Beckam Jr. and comedian Druski were named alongside Sean Diddy Combs in regards to an alleged rape. A previous lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs has been amended to include Odell Beckam Jr. and Druski as defendants. The amended complaint, which was obtained by the Mirror US, was filed on March 7th, 2025. The original complaint from October 2024 listed Combs as the main aggressor along with two John Does, who are now alleged to be NFL star and the comedian. Druski and Beckam Jr. have denied the allegations. Diddy has repeatedly denied any allegations against him and has pled not guilty in court to federal charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. The original court documents alleged that the woman was raped with a television remote by Diddy and was gang raped due to her alleged claims, insinuating that Diddy had something to do with the death of Tupac Shakur, something that Combs has never been a suspect in or allegedly involved in. Instead of immediately raping plaintiff, defendant Druski doused plaintiff with more oil/lubricant and then jumped on top of plaintiff's naked and oiled body, treating it like a slip and slide and knocking the wind out of plaintiff due to his enormous size. The complaint also claimed that while Druski allegedly Combs sat near the bed and self-pleasured himself while recording the rape. Another doe who was mentioned in the original suit was referred to as Cornelius, which the woman remembered because it was so odd and unique. The suit alleged that plaintiff has come to discover the defendant doe Cornelius, who raped daughter was defendant Odell. Beckam Jr.'s middle name is Cornelius. After the amendment was filed, Druski denied the claims, writing on Twitter that I wasn't a public figure in 2018. I was broke living with my mom without any connections to the entertainment industry at the time of this allegation, so the inclusion of my name is truly outlandish. My heart breaks for actual victims of abuse, but I'm fully confident that the evidence will expose this falsehood and the individuals who are maliciously trying to game the legal system to peddle false narratives. Beckam Jr. also tweeted out a denial in response to Druski's post, saying that, "Boy, I'll tell you what, this world makes absolutely no sense. I'm covered by God. He will prevail. I know who I am. I know who you are. Keep your head. That name will be cleared. Ish stupid." Now, a statement given to the Mirror US from Diddy's legal team reads that this new complaint, brought by an attorney who has already been sued for defaming Mr. Combs, demonstrates the depraved lengths that plaintiffs will travel to garner headlines in pursuit of a payday. Mr. Combs was nowhere near Orinda, California on the day the plaintiff claims she was assaulted there, and the Contra Costa Sheriff's Department has already confirmed the plaintiff's claims were determined to be unfounded following a thorough investigation. It continued saying that in an attempt to salvage her claims following the investigation debunking them, the plaintiff has now invented an even wilder narrative, alleging a vast and facially implausible conspiracy between law enforcement, local civilians, and media industry players. Her far-fetched tale contains it all: fake cops, cash bribes, and an alleged victim of the late Michael Jackson, who was purportedly kidnapped across state lines and forced to sign paperwork at gunpoint while shepherded through a web of safe houses. No sane person reading this complaint could credit this story. Mr. Combs looks forward to having his day in court, where these lies and the perverse motives of those who told them will be revealed. Now, this is crazy and a lot to unpack, but like the title says, I'm just focusing on Druski here, and as you saw, he said that in 2018 he was a nobody, and while indeed he wasn't famous yet, he had started posting his comedy skits in 2017, and it is not like I'm accusing him of anything, but he was already in the industry or trying to get into it, and that may seem like, after all, he could be at a Diddy's party, of course with the help of some connections. But again, where I get my suspicions is the fact that him and Odell were added on the lawsuit later and were not in the original filing. This recently happened with Jay-Z as well, where he was also added in a Diddy lawsuit later on after it was initially filed, and he actually ended up winning it. And my question will always be, why don't the victims always give the whole picture in the original filing and always have to add more people later on? To me, there's something off about that, which shows me that maybe they're not telling the truth or something, but I could be wrong. Just let me know what you think about it.